After walking with families through some very difficult days, one thing becomes unmistakably clear, and that is life can change suddenly. Most families spend a lot of time planning for the future that they expect, and we enjoy that type: retirement, travel, business transitions, college funding, major purchases, legacy goals, thinking towards the future. But some of the most important planning conversations we have are actually about the moments families never expected to face and rarely want to talk about. Because in a single phone call, a diagnosis can arrive, an accident can happen, a spouse can pass away unexpectedly, a business partner can die, a disability can interrupt income, or a family member can suddenly require long term care. And in those moments, the financial issues are usually only part of the burden. What often creates the greatest stress is uncertainty, not knowing where things are, not knowing what the plan is, not knowing who's responsible for what, not knowing what wishes were clearly communicated and maybe the ones that were simply assumed. I've seen firsthand how clarity and preparation can make an enormous difference during difficult seasons. Not because preparation removes grief or hardship, it doesn't, but because thoughtful planning can reduce the unnecessary chaos at the exact moment families are least equipped emotionally to handle it. So there are several conversations I wish more families would have earlier. One is simply, would someone else know what to do if something happened to me? Not just the investment accounts, but estate documents, insurance coverage, passwords, key contacts, health directives, business agreements, beneficiary designations, and important family wishes. Another conversation is, what risks would place significant strain on this family if life changed suddenly? For some families, that may be income interruption. For others, a long term health event. For business owners, the business suddenly operating without clear leadership or continuity. For aging parents, it may be healthcare decisions or caregiving responsibilities. Who's going to provide it and how would they want it? And often families are not unprepared because they are irresponsible. They're unprepared because life is really busy and difficult conversations are very easy to postpone. Well, we also encourage families to think carefully about decision making authority before a crisis ever happens. So, who can act if someone becomes incapacitated? Who understands the bigger financial picture? Who knows the family's wishes? Who can access important information quickly if necessary? Because when those answers are unclear, stress and confusion tend to increase rapidly during already emotional situations. Interestingly, many of the most valuable financial planning conversations are not primarily financial at all, they're relational. Well, what responsibilities need to be carried forward? What conversations still need to happen? What values are most important to preserve? What would preparedness look like for this family specifically? I've also seen that preparedness creates a very different kind of stability during those hard seasons. Doesn't remove grief or stress or emotion, but it does provide stability in the middle of it. Because when families have clarity, when documents are organized, when responsibilities are understood and agreed to, and when important conversations have already happened, they're often able to spend less time navigating confusion and more time caring for one another. And ultimately, I think that's one of the deeper purposes of financial planning. Not merely helping families build wealth during good seasons, but helping create wisdom, preparedness, and stability before the difficult seasons arrive.